Hey, it's Ryan, and I'm here in central Chilean wine country. Come with me as I explore the local vineyards and the tastings that Chile has to offer. Chile is the 7th largest producer of wine globally, with a climate described as a fusion between two massive wine-producing areas, California and France. So, during a visit to central Chile with Jordan and Brian, we had to check out some of the local wineries. In Chilean winter in August when we visited, the weather was cool but still mild, and the vines were in a leafless winter state. Still pretty, but not green and luscious as you would see during the growing season. This did also mean that most of the wineries we visited we had nearly to ourselves, a perk in my eyes. I traveled to two different wine-producing valleys in central Chile. The first is Casablanca Valley, which is only an hour from Santiago, or 30 minutes from Valparaiso, and it's an easy stop to make along the drive in between the two cities. And if you want to learn more about Valparaiso, check out my last video exploring the city. The Casablanca Valley is close to the coast, so its cooler climate is heavily influenced by the Pacific Ocean nearby. The valley is well known for its white wines, especially Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay. Many other varieties, including red wines, can be found at many of the vineyards. The first of the three wineries we visited in Casablanca was Bodegas RE. Our tasting included a short tour of their underground winemaking and storage facilities below the tasting room. What sets this winery apart is its emphasis on using partially underground clay vessels for fermentation of some wines, which imparts distinct character and depth to its wines. After the short tour, we returned upstairs for a 6-glass tasting in both whites and reds. This also included a board of bread, cheeses, and olives to pair with the wines, plus my favorite, the wine balsamic, which I bought a bottle to bring home. This 6-glass tasting cost $33 each. Alright, on to the next. Our second winery is Casas Del Bosque, with a beautiful entrance and buildings. This was a 4-glass tasting in a room all by ourselves for 25,000 Chilean pesos each, which was able to be booked online the same day, unlike most of the vineyards. We got to see a map of the vineyard and smell a few things, but this might have been the least engaging of the wineries we went to. It was a nice place with good wines, but was my least favorite of them. The third and final winery of the Casablanca Valley that we visited was the Kingston Family Vineyards, and the palm tree-lined entry road was so cool. This winery had the most modern-looking facilities of the three, with rock pools, epic views, and a huge tasting room. Our 5 wine tasting with food pairings cost $59 each, but the pairings were perfection, and we got to enjoy it all on some nice couches. I only wish they would have lit the fireplace. Next, we were heading to Santiago and 2 more vineyards in the Maipo Valley. Maipo is possibly Chile's most important wine region and specializes in Jordan's favorite, Cabernet Sauvignon. The valley is inland just south of Santiago and is mostly warm and dry. Being so close to Santiago and with some wineries even accessible by public transit, this is a huge plus for tourists in the city. Both Maipo wineries we visited are on the same bus route, which connects to the number 4 metro line, making it super easy to get there. Aquitania is a cute little vineyard just on the edge of where the Andes Mountains start to rise from the valley, benefiting from the warm days and the cool nights of the area. The tour involved seeing the wine barrel room, enjoying the views from the tower, seeing their hand labeling room, and ending with our tasting enjoyed right next to the vines with a few snacks to enjoy it with. This vineyard is very small and cute, and the 4-glass tasting cost only 25,000 Chilean pesos. Our final winery of the trip was Viña Cousiña Macul, which offered a unique tour of the vineyard on bicycles. This is the best bell ever. It's one of the oldest in Chile and is still owned by the Cousiño family that founded it in 1856. This is the only winery we went to that gave us a much appreciated welcome drink when we checked in, plus wine glasses to take home with us. After the bike ride, we toured the cellars and barrel rooms, though most of the barrels we knocked on were actually empty. Each stop on the tour included another glass of wine, plus we added an extra tasting onto the end of our tour. While it was crowded, it was a ton of fun. Our bicycle tour included 7 total glasses of wine for 42,000 Chilean pesos each. If you're wondering which ones you should visit, here's a few superlatives to help you decide. The most crowded was Viña Cousiña Macul, and it was packed. It felt a little like Disney World, but the separate groups were pretty well organized. The coolest tour was also Viña Cousiña Macul. How awesome is it to ride around a vineyard on bicycles? The best wine was from Bodegas RE. They were just such good wines, and their tasting room felt so cozy and comfortable. The nicest facilities were at Casas Del Bosque. Their tasting room and buildings felt more like stepping into a bougie Napa Valley winery. The smallest vineyard was Aquitania, and I say small in a good way. The care this small vineyard puts into each and every hand-packed and labeled bottle is so admirable. The best food pairing was Kingston Family Vineyards. The wines were very purposely paired with the food options here, and they were all so tasty. And the best view also goes to Kingston Family Vineyards. I mean, how can you complain with this view? Overall, every winery and tour was totally unique from every other one. Chile truly fit the bill with their world-renowned wineries. I can't even pick which one of these wineries is my favorite. So if you see any tour or tasting that we did that you think looks cool, I totally recommend you do it. Or do two. Or just do them all. Just make sure you give yourself plenty of time to enjoy each location that you visit. After all, you want to be able to relax with a glass of wine in your hand and have plenty of time to ask for uno más. If you have any questions about the wineries we visited, let me know in the comments. In the next video, we're headed to the capital city of Chile, Santiago. Hope to see you there. Adios.